This video is about Beethoven's Piano Sonata No. 27. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Ludwig van Beethoven composed Piano Sonata No. 27 in 1814. He was 44 years old at the time and living in Vienna. The sonata was written at a time when Beethoven was already completely deaf. Nevertheless, he continued to compose and created some of his most important works. The sonata was published in 1815. It is one of Beethoven's later works and shows his mature compositional style. Piano Sonata No. 27 has only 2 movements, which is unusual for a sonata. Normally, sonatas have 3 or 4 movements. Beethoven experimented with new forms in this work. The sonata is shorter than many of his other sonatas. Nevertheless, it contains many musical ideas. The 2 movements form a strong contrast to each other. This sonata shows Beethoven's ability to express a lot with very little. The first movement begins quietly and reflectively. It has a gentle, almost dreamy character. The melody is often played by the right hand, while the left hand accompanies. In the middle of the movement, the music becomes more animated and louder. Then the calm mood of the beginning returns. The movement ends quietly and peacefully. It shows Beethoven's ability to write delicate and emotional music. The second movement is fast and lively. It is in stark contrast to the first movement. The music is full of energy and movement. Beethoven uses many fast runs and repeated notes. The movement has a dance-like, almost playful character. In the middle, there is a quieter section. Then the liveliness returns. The movement ends with a short, powerful coda. The Piano Sonata No. 27 is in the key of E minor. This key was considered sad or melancholy in Beethoven's time. The first movement usually remains in E minor. The second movement changes to E major, which has a brighter sound. This change from minor to major enhances the contrast between the movements. Beethoven skillfully exploits the possibilities of both keys. The choice of key contributes to the special mood of the sonata. Piano Sonata No. 27 shows Beethoven's development as a composer. It is less dramatic than many of his earlier sonatas. Instead, Beethoven concentrates on fine musical details. The sonata shows his ability to express a lot with a few notes. It is considered a harbinger of his late style, which is often described as very personal and profound. The sonata was an important step on Beethoven's path to his last great piano works. Piano Sonata No. 27 was less well known during Beethoven's lifetime than some of his more famous sonatas. It was only later that musicians and musicologists recognized its special qualities. Today it is considered an important work in Beethoven's oeuvre. Many pianists appreciate the sonata for its expressiveness and subtlety. It is often played in concerts and recorded on audio media. The sonata shows a different side of Beethoven than his better-known, more dramatic works. Piano Sonata No. 27 is well suited for music lessons. It is shorter and technically less difficult than many other Beethoven sonatas. Students can learn from it how Beethoven works with musical contrasts. The sonata also shows how a composer can express a complete musical idea with only 2 movements. This work is a good example of how Beethoven's style changed over the course of his life. The sonata can help students to better understand and appreciate Beethoven's music. Beethoven's Piano Sonata No. 27 is regularly performed in concerts today. Many famous pianists have recorded it. The sonata plays an important role in music education. It is often played by advanced students. The sonata is popular because it is not too difficult technically, but musically very demanding. It shows that great music does not always have to be loud and dramatic. The sonata still fascinates today with its expressiveness and beauty.